Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So, Bitcoin flash crash. What happened exactly? This morning, we're around 63,000. Now we're around $59,000. What is going on? Let's talk about it. And is this something to worry about? Is the parabolic bull run canceled? All right, let's do it. Welcome, guys. As you can see, unfortunately, yeah, it's not looking that great right now, right? We had this since this morning, we've been trending down, and then boom, it seemed like we fell off a cliff, right? We hit a low of 58,000. Now we're around 59,000. What happened exactly? Well, I'll tell you what. And it's a head scratcher too, because today, the overall U.S. market actually closed in the green. You would figure on a day like today, you would have massive sell-off on a broader market. We didn't have that because everyone's waiting for NVIDIA tomorrow. NVIDIA has become like the world's most important stock and everyone's looking at it. So how is it that the market was green, the broader market green, people are looking forward to NVIDIA and shattering their records? Why did crypto go down? Well, the explanation comes down to liquidations, long liquidations. Now, this doesn't explain the whole story because someone had to initiate it, right? Someone definitely did initiate the sell-off, but it kind of cascaded. Unfortunately, I keep talking about short squeezes. We had a pretty good long squeeze today, and that's not what we want. Okay, now people are blaming things left and right. For example, you got this guy right here that's the head of private clients and family office at Swan Bitcoin. He blames it's Ethereum. The move appears to have been kicked off by a material drop by Ethereum, which has been struggling all year, right? Ethereum has been weak. And it could be that someone decided to dump Ethereum, and that's what triggered the sell-off and pulled the entire market down. Right? I didn't really see anything. I looked at Arkham. I looked at, is it Mt. Gox? No. Is it the U.S. government? No. Is it some other entity selling off? No, but I didn't look at Ethereum. So this person right here thinks Ethereum is the culprit and caused it. But if you look, there are a lot of signs coming out that's just saying overall it has to do with leverage. Here's one looking at DYDX's funding rate, and you can see how it's spiked up. That means there are a lot of people that are longs. So basically, someone decided to short all the longs, right? Someone had to kick it off. But who is that person? We don't know. Is it Larry Fink? Is it BlackRock? Or is it the exchanges? Because they see all this data. We don't quite know. Here's an example on Bybit. 10,000 Bitcoin wiped out in 2 hours. 10,000 Bitcoin wiped out in 2 hours, right? Same thing on Binance. 10% of all open interest on Binance got wiped out in 2 hours. That was a nasty drop that brought us down. Again, a lot of cascading sell-offs. We had a long squeeze, but who kicked it off? That's the main thing. We don't know who kicked it off, right? Will we ever know? We don't. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Despite all the nastiness from today, I believe Bitcoin's bull run is not over by any means. And it's not like we haven't seen this before. We were just at 49,000 a few weeks ago. We were below 60,000, right? Just a week ago. So it's not like we haven't seen this before. But I know it kind of sucks. When we have this kind of market manipulation, it sucks. Because we were just at $64,000. Why will we come down to 59,000 like days later, right? It sucks. But this is how Bitcoin and crypto is. Volatility. You got the whales, you got the market makers, you got the market manipulators, and you have the institutions now. I couldn't help but notice there was a huge sell-off with Ark today. 102 million. That's not usual. You go back, we haven't seen large sell-offs like this for quite some time. Right? Why is there a sudden 102 million outflow from Ark? Is it Ark themselves? We have seen Cathie Woods make big moves in the past. Is she selling off possibly to load up on Nvidia before its earnings? Or load up on something else, and Tesla, I don't know because she has a thing for Tesla. But something also very strange with Ark's outflow today. But I'll bet you what, tomorrow when we have numbers for BlackRock, I bet there's no outflow. I bet it's either zero or there will be a net inflow. That's just how it is. Okay. So, at this point, I don't know, we'll ever find out who actually kicked things off. Maybe it was Ark, or maybe it was some ETH whale that wanted to sell. Right? If you look at ETH ETFs today overall, we don't see anything yet, no real negatives, so don't know at this point, right? But like I said, it's not like we haven't seen this before. In fact, 30-day long-term net holder positions have increased by 262,000 Bitcoin. So that means long-term holders are still DCA'd. That's good. Miners are still mining. They are not capitulating anymore. The hash rate's gone up to an all-time high, so it's not the miners either, right? Could it be some institution? Could it be that they are selling off possibly to make room for Nvidia? Or maybe they just want to suppress Bitcoin more so that they can buy more. That makes a whole lot of sense, right? We know everything I've been talking about in terms of what's to come. What to look forward to next month with the rate cut, the presidential election, the month after that. If you look at the chart, you look at when Bitcoin breaks out, it's all lining up. Every single metric shows that in the next 3 months, this is when the parabolic phase starts. So it would make sense that whoever kicked this off found a perfect time to do so to drive out retail investors once again, making people feel discouraged and telling them, go away so I can accumulate more, right? But this is a time to panic buy, not panic sell. Bitcoin is still up year to date over 150%. In fact, Bitcoin averages an annualized return of 140%. There is no better asset to load up. None whatsoever. Bitcoin is the best asset that we have. It's the one that everyone is turning to. It is definitely the one now BlackRock and others are loading up, and the one that you don't want to sell, especially during fuddish times like this. Okay. There are a lot of good things coming. CMEs to launch bite-sized Bitcoin Friday futures. Okay. Each contract is 1/50th of one Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin's getting expensive. As it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, it's going to be harder for people to load up. So fractional actually makes a whole lot of sense, right? But here's the thing. All this manipulation, could it just be all like paper manipulation? Because if you look at exchange reserves, if you actually look at the supply that's on exchanges, it's actually plummeting. It's going down and down and down and down. So how does it make sense that Bitcoin's price is actually suppressed and not going higher, and we can see falls like this? Is it due to derivatives? Yeah, today it seems like it. Maybe a lot of paper manipulation as well, right? But overall supply, what's the most important thing is the overall supply, the physical Bitcoin that's out there, even though it's virtual. There's less and less of it. And we can measure it. That exchange balance, Vivek says it's all-time low. It's not all-time low, but it's getting close. It's like 2017 levels. And it continues to plummet more and more and more, mostly due to the ETFs now. But you do the math. Increase in supply, and an increase in demand, decrease in supply. What is that going to equal, right? Here's another look at it. All the red, outflows. We have way more outflows than inflows, right? Starting from earlier this year, all the way in January to now, we have way more outflows than inflows. In fact, you can see it. We had minus 44,000 Bitcoin. Only 1.3 thousand inflows. We have way more outflows than inflows at this point, right? So you just have to stay strong, stay focused, ignore the FUD, and continue to HODL and DCA. That's really it. And if you continue to do that, well, you'll be rewarded. Just like all previous cycles, I've lived through most of these cycles, and you can see every single cycle, there are up and downs. There's many months of sideways movement, and there's many months of downward movement. But ultimately, what happens towards the end of every single one? You have that parabolic phase. And that's coming. That's coming shortly. That's the cycle, or the part of the cycle you don't want to miss. That's where you get rewarded. And it's right upon us. Right? You just gotta stay strong. You gotta stay strong. All right. Outside of Bitcoin, what are some other projects that are worth loading up and DCAing into? Right? There's a lot out there. A lot out there. I've covered AI yesterday, today. Let's look at some L1s. Like, for example, Avalanche. Avalanche really heavily into gaming. Grayscale also launched a trust that actually helped Avalanche come up a little bit, right? Not that I trust Grayscale anymore, because it seems like they have these trusts, they buy all this crypto, and guess what? When they become ETFs, they just dump it all on the market, right? It's happening with ETH and it's happening with Bitcoin. But in the meantime, when they're not ETFs and they're trusts, it's just only inflows, never outflows, right? So this has helped Avalanche. But like I said, they're very, very heavily into gaming. They have a console game now that's on there. They have a lot of Web3 games, right? You got also like first-person shooters. I mean, you have a ton of games, but they're also in RWA, and they're into memes as well. So I think Avalanche is definitely going to do well in this run. So I like Avalanche a lot. But also, speaking of RWA, what else is in WRE? Chainlink. Chainlink is in RWA. Chainlink is the biggest oracle out there, but they do have CCIP, which allows them to do RWA. A lot of banks and a lot of financial institutions are utilizing Chainlink for not only price feeds, but also for RWA, tokenizing real-world assets like treasuries, right? So Chainlink is definitely one to pay attention to, right? They also just integrated Radiant Capital. I mean, literally every single DApp in this space utilizes the Chainlink for their price feed. That shows you how important they are. So keep that in mind. Chainlink is another one. Great project. I think they will do very well this cycle. What else is there? Of course, Solana. I talk enough about Solana, so I don't need to go into, their growing daily active addresses and users and transactions and DEX volume. Everything is exploding and #1 in this space. But Robinhood Wallet just added support for Solana, so that's also good. I don't know how many people actually use Robinhood Wallet, but if you are a Robinhood user and you can transfer your wallet, you should do that because it makes it self-custody and you get to control it and no one can take that away from you. But that's awesome. And then also in terms of Ton has been selling off recently, recovered a little bit, but now they have a new dApp browser built into Telegram. That's actually kind of interesting, right? Obviously, they have this close connection with Ton and a lot of mini games, right? They're getting into memes as well. So they're making big traction. Could be a good opportunity too, right? Because who knows? Is the CEO going to be freed? 300,000 signatures asking for him to be freed and the UAE and Russia are both asking France to release him, right? Could be happening soon. Who knows? There's an immense amount of pressure right now on France and this arrest. All right, so Telegram is another one, or Toncoin is another one, I should say. Overall, today is a pretty good day to DCA. Too bad it's not Wednesday. Tomorrow's my DCA day, right? But today, pretty good day to load up. But as you can see, man, ETH weakness is, it's tough. It's tough. Bitcoin is down 6%, which is bad enough, but ETH is down 9% today, right? 9% is no joke, but we have a lot that's down. Avalanche down 9%, Shiba's down, Chainlink 7%, I just talked about them, right? The best way to think about today is, yes, the price has reset to about a week ago. So if you missed out on DCAing a week ago when it was still low before we rallied, here's your chance. It's like we went backwards, you know, for a week, right? But overall, this doesn't mean anything has changed. No, it does not. It just happens that someone decided to sell off, manipulate the market, caused a long squeeze, caused a lot of longs to get wrecked today. And this is where we are. But we could just pick up right away again later this week. So don't be discouraged. Continue to hodl on DCA. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, let me scroll up here. Let me see if I missed anything. Waffle says, ETH needs to get his shit together. Oh, it does. BS says, BDC wants all my dry powder. Yep. I got a liquidation notice in the mail. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see here. Please stop talking about parabolic lies. How is it a lie? Have you gone through any of the previous cycles, D? Have you gone through the parabolic phase in 2021 or 2017? Obviously not. So you're making up lies. We are going to have a parabolic run. We will. Guaranteed. But obviously you haven't, and you're trying to spread FUD. Please talk about Polygon, most undervalued project in all of crypto, the number one gaming chain. User, that's not true. And plus, they're kicking out all of the games to immutable. But I do like Polygon. And they got a big boost recently because Coinbase said that they're going to support their pool conversion. So that's good. Oops. I missed a lot here. Let me catch up. Did you see Oasis doing reunion tour? I said maybe. What? No. I didn't hear that. Joseph, shout out from your favorite U.S. Marine. I asked you if there's an exchange where you could buy every crypto you recommended at Unix. Been dying to ask you, what do you think about Pepe Unchained? What does that have to do with any of the thing that you just said? Joseph, I appreciate you, but I feel like you're just like phrasing all that goodness to ask me about something totally shitty called Pepe Unchained. So yeah, that kind of ruined it, man. That kind of ruined it right there. Chit chat. I'm looking to buy alts on chain cross chain. Is Portal Bridge legit for bridging? What do you recommend for ERC to Sol or AVAX? I use Rubik. Rubik is good. I never heard of Portal Bridge before. You could use Rubik. It could do like 13 or 20 different chains. Stephen Young, appreciate it. Parabolic alcoholics. I haven't, Robert Knight says, I haven't bought Whiff yet. Is it a good buy? Well, in terms of memes, it's one of the bigger ones. So yes, I could see how it could go up for sure. When we do get into the parabolic phase, yes, I think it will do well. Shownuff says, if you have FUD, you ain't built for this, stay poor. Well, that's true. That's true. But that's what I'm here for, to get people through the FUD. Shout out to Dara watching this chat. I don't know who that is. How's your Jeep? I don't have it anymore. That was on loan. Bring the good old Blue Label days back. It has to be really, really bad or really, really good. Will crypto continue to dip? I don't know. Long term, the answer is no. Short term, anything could happen. Escape Samsara. Do you think I should sell 500,000 Cardano for something else, and what should it be? I can't tell you what to do with your crypto. Only you can decide that. George, what would you rather have? A new Cybertruck or 70,000 in Polkadot? 70,000 in Polkadot. Because at least it has a chance to go up, especially today. After the sell-off, you get $70,000 Cybertruck, it's not going to go up. Are you going to do a Saturday cruising your F8? Probably not. Probably not. I'm only going to do it on the cars that I have on loan. I bet the U.S. government is suppressing Bitcoin. Someone is trying to suppress it, or the exchanges. You know, who benefits from liquidations, right? Like, if you think about it, who benefits from liquidations? It's the exchanges. They get the fees no matter what. Exchanges win no matter what, right? So I've always had a theory that a lot of these liquidations, both ways, started and caused by the exchanges. But, you know, who knows if that's true? I don't know. I can only speculate. When you can't figure out something, you look at who benefits, right? And that's usually the answer. Let's see. $0.02 on injected protocol. I do think they have a chance to do well this cycle. They did very well last year. They've cooled off since March, but I think they have a good chance to come back. What's your price top for Cock Inu? I don't know, man. The moon. Be a lot higher than where it is now. That's for sure. Are you a fan of ICP? No. Bill Armstrong. I love my Gladiator. I only like Gladiators with like 35, 37-inch tires and lifted. The stock ones look so weird. So weird. George, I need to trade my FK8 Type R for more family-friendly SUV. What would you recommend? I don't know. It depends on how much money you want to spend, man. You want a sporty SUV or just like a regular SUV? Big, small? Jimmy Fingers said, I drove a Cybertruck yesterday. It was cool, not worth $100K though. Yeah, most Teslas are not. Dark Knight, ignore my super chat. No, I didn't. What's your super chat? I didn't see it. Oh, can you check the shorts on ETH? The answer is no. Are we in a bear cage? I don't even know what that means. Hey George, what's your take on 24 WRX? WRXs are overplayed, man. They're too... Subaru gave up on them. They're all the same. Nothing has been changed for the last like 20 years on them. Don't even think about WRX. If you want something fun, go with a Golf R or like a Type R or even a Type S. Corolla GR. Forget about the WRX. Do you think we will hit 10 trillion total crypto market cap this bull run? 10 trillion. Yes. 5x from here? Yes. I do think so. Do you think most alts will fail to reach previous all-time high, factoring the economy and how most retail is tight on cash compared to 2021 where we got stems? You know what? I don't think the economy is going to be horrible next year. I think with the rate cuts, things will get better. So I don't think it's going to be horrible. But yeah, you're right. We don't have the unlimited printing and stimulus given out, but you know what? I don't think it's going to be horrible. Johnny Walker Blue, when are those days coming back? When we have an actual crash. When we're down 15%, or we're up 10, 15%, then maybe. Do you think ETH can hit 15K this cycle? Ooh, at these levels, 15K is like a 6-7x. That's tough, man. That's really tough. 7x, maybe. I'd say more like a 5x, 6x, 5x. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think 15K. Maybe like 12K. 10 to 12K. If you could have any car valued under 1 million gifted to you, what would it be? I really don't know. I don't pay attention to any car that's like, you know, $1 million. Like, I really don't. I'm sure the new Lamborghini Revolto is probably like 800,000 or whatever. Like, I don't really pay attention to those. I just probably get like a used Bugatti for $1 million if there is one. Can you talk about your NVIDIA call options? Well, some of them have done well. They have turned into green again. But it's really going to depend on tomorrow's earnings. If the earnings spectacular, I'm going to make a lot from them. If the earnings are bad, then I'm going to lose a lot of money. Crypto Crank, first of all, stop adding me. Second of all, can we see a live trade? Have you ever made those like Crypto Face or Jasper? Yeah, I used to. I've done it. I may introduce it again when the market gets better. Russian presidential car, 126 million. Yeah, I like those, like the Putin car. I heard could withstand a nuclear bomb. I don't know if that's true, but even the president's car, they're like so heavily armored that they basically can stand a missile strike and stuff. If the housing bubble bursts and Bitcoin hits 250K, then one Bitcoin will be buying a house. Then the next halving, one Bitcoin buy a new Tesla floating house. I mean, that's just how it works. That's just how it works. The people that are in disbelief are the ones that haven't gone through a cycle. I don't think people realize how high or how fast every cycle is. You know, in 2017, we hit 20,000 for top. Where did we start? We started at $1,000 at the beginning of the year. And if you look at 2017, if you look at the halving event was in 2016 when Bitcoin was like $400. So basically we went from $400 to $20,000. Okay. Then you go to 2021. Obviously we hit 69,000. But do people realize that we were as low as $3,000, right? Even after the halving event, we had a crazy crash that brought us to 4,000. We went from 4,000 to 69,000. Just do the math on it, right? So how could anyone say that, oh no, we're not going to go parabolic anymore. We're not going to go higher anymore. Obviously, those people haven't lived through any previous cycle. Because if you have, you know anything is possible. You could see memes like Shiba come out of nowhere and hit $40 billion in market cap. You could see Doge, that's been dead since 2013, rise up to 70 billion market cap. This is all within the last cycle. Every single cycle, you see some crazy stuff happens. And the people that make the money in those cycles are the ones that continue to hodl and DCA. It's really that simple. Let's see. Who's the biggest gainer today, even though it's red? I don't know. That's not important. Christian, why is Ethereum so weak? Seems like Solana will take over in due time and stay as number 2 crypto for a foreseeable future. That's what I said. Ethereum's weak because there are better chains out there that are being used more, including their own L2s. And you got competition, right? Yeah, competition. And plus Grayscale continues to dump ETH. Today, it's been speculated that the cause of the liquidations was kicked off by Ethereum. At least that's, according to Steven Lubka, head of private clients and family office at Swan Bitcoin. The moves appear to have been kicked off by material drop by Ethereum. I don't know where he saw that from. My buddy bought a house of SHIB profits last cycle. A lot of people made a lot of money with SHIB, right? A lot of people are going to make a lot of money with the memes this cycle. Some have already, but a lot of people are going to make a lot of money with memes, with the alts, with Bitcoin. Every single cycle, Bitcoin exceeds expectations and goes nutty. And not just Bitcoin, all the alts too. I hate drinking beer out of a can, but, you know, Costco only sells it in cans. What exchange do you use for leverage? I have leverage on a lot of exchanges right now. But Unix, I also have it on, Tapbit, also on, you know, a couple of new ones that I'm boarded because I'm trying them, like Blowfin and JumpX, which is basic fair desk. I'm using all of them right now. Yum Yum says, I lived through last cycle. I'm scared from it. I'm still holding my bags. Well, good for you. Good for you. Have I tried VMAX? Yes, but there's not enough pairs. The problem with VMAX is they're very slow to put new pairs on. And plus, I do think they require KYC. Yeah, good amount of people in there. 4,200 people. I know a lot of people are fearful. Okay, today's drop, a little scary. Out of the blue. Why did it happen? Well, due to a lot of long liquidations, right? A long squeeze. Who kicked it off? No one knows. Exchanges, BlackRock, ETH whales. One could speculate, but it does not matter. It doesn't change things. It doesn't mean that we ended a run. Doesn't mean that we have hit a new bottom. No, as you can see, we were at this level for many, many weeks, right? It just kind of sucks that, yeah, we lost the momentum recently, but not all is lost. Continue to stay strong, stay focused on the future. Great things are going to come. The metrics, the adoption, the buying, none of that changed. What's your best leverage exchange without KYC in your opinion? It used to be. I used to be a big fan of MEXC. I used to do all my trades on MEXC, but they haven't KYC now. So now I actually like Tapbit a lot. I think Tapbit is really easy to use. They have a ton of pairs, but others are catching up. Like BitUnix, I've been using them for a while. They have a ton of pairs too. Their app is arguably just as good. You know, I think a lot of them are very similar. It's just a matter of if you can find the pairs that you want to trade. But for the most part, they all have like hundreds of pairs now. Crypto Crank, stop adding me, okay? You may have noticed no one adds me in my live chat because I hate it. And I don't know if I should answer you, but yes, I do. Why do I DC on Wednesdays? I don't know. I just started it. You know, it's hump day. And it seems like a good day to do it. Will NFTs ever make a comeback like VVF? You know what? Never say never, but I don't think NFTs are going to come back this cycle. I just don't. Not as high as last cycle because of memes. So easy to create a meme. You know, so easy to buy and sell memes. There's so many different apps that allow you to do so. So many exchanges. DEXs and chains that support them. You know, NFTs is complicated. It's hard to do. And, you know, I don't know. I don't think NFTs are going to make a comeback. Maybe a little bit, but like not a full recovery, no. What's your favorite feature of the new Corvettes? They just look great. They look great inside. They look great on the outside. And they're affordable and fast. I mean, there's nothing to dislike about the new Corvettes, honestly. Maybe the rear end still kind of looks funny, but the front end side profile looks amazing. George, why do Italians wear gold necklaces? I'm not going to read that. Oh, I'm not going to finish that. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Have you ever caught a tuna in the ocean? No. No, I have not. Man, that deep sea fishing really screwed me up this past weekend. I'll never go fishing in the ocean again. Ever, 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 ever again. All right, guys, I'll let you go. Have a good night. Stay strong, my friends. We got a little manipulation going on today. It sucks, I know, but we have seen this before. It's not something new. We will get through this. Focus on the good, not the FUD. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, have a good one. Take care.